That's an important point because I personally, Seth, do not think this shutdown would be happening at all if Chuck Schumer were not looking down the barrel of a primary from a candidate he thinks will beat him.
This to me, and Congressman, I don't know if you want to comment on this or not, but this to me is the greatest farce I can see from here in Arizona. You have Chuck Schumer, who's worried about a primary 2 years out, and not this next election cycle, but the election cycle after that. And he looks older. He's younger than Donald Trump. He looks older than Donald Trump. He's going to be older yet. Can someone just tap Chuck Schumer on the shoulder and say, you've been in Congress since 1981. It's been a nice run. You don't need to be worried about these things. Thanks for your service, and let's move on, for goodness sakes.
The only comment I'll make is that in 1981, I was negative like 13 years
right.
old. And so if, you know, Chuck, you've been around too long, my friend. But the last thing we need is Senator AOC or President AOC. Like, that cannot happen. And so I just think it's very ironic that in March, Chuck Schumer said a government shutdown would be catastrophic. We cannot do that. We have to keep the lights on. And then he got hammered by the radical left, and now all of a sudden he's like, you know what? We're going to shut the government down. And then he said, it makes me very, very angry that Chuck Schumer's sitting there in his office with his glasses down low, and he's talking, and he's so proud. He's saying it's getting better for us every day, us being the Democrats. That's what he's saying that. But what he doesn't understand, because he's a limousine liberal from New York, is that the American people are suffering, and you think you're doing great. It's backwards. And
Remember college? Well, now, college is over, and here comes your student loan debt. Is your private student loan debt keeping you up at night? You really need to talk to YRefi. YRefi refinances distressed or defaulted private student loans that others won't touch. They can save you thousands of dollars and get you a custom payment that you can afford. And they don't care what your credit score is. Don't let private student loan debt ruin your life. Call YRefi today.